Something incredible happened in my house this morning. There were a group of women who came to see me from Toronto. They were coming for a few days of a trip, and one of the things they wanted to hear shiur. And I shared with them something I had once shared in Vayemayin, that how Hashem has in life, there's two paths. And the path of beracha always has thorns in the beginning, and then it's beautiful pasture. And the path of kilala always starts easy, the path of curse, but it ends up being a mess. And I had mentioned that 2.5 years ago, people had come over to me about a show, some woman who made a show that she was a frum lady, and then she went completely off the derech and made this show called My Unorthodox Life, about how unbelievable her life is and how great it is. And I had said then, let's see what season 10 looks like. And sure enough, a few months later, this lady's life was a mess. And I just had mentioned this in the shir this morning. And one woman in the back of the room says, that story about that show resonated with me. I said, why? She said, because right before I converted, I saw that show. She says, let me tell you my story. Her and her husband were from Mexico, and then she moved to Toronto. And she was a Christian, and she went to church every Sunday, and she kept feeling like it's not the truth. And she said, one day I prayed to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because that I knew was true. I didn't know who the emissary was. I said, please God, help me find the truth. And she says, one day she was watching a pastor on TV, and he made an 1.5-hour speech. And in the middle of the speech, the pastor's a priest. He mentioned the word Torah and Emunah. She says, right away I Googled Torah and Emunah. She says, and I started looking it up, and all of a sudden this whole world opened up to me. And I started watching videos and shiurim and classes. She said, next thing you know, I quit my job, and I learned for 3 months straight. One day her husband was speaking to his pastor, and he said to the pastor, my wife believes that the Torah is the truth, and the way we view the Old Testament is wrong. And the pastor says, your wife is right. He comes home now, he's really confused. He says, I'm going to research myself. He was a professor. He spent 3 years researching. And on August 31st, 2019, on her birthday, he came to her and he said, I know the truth, and I know the true Messiah is the Jewish Mashiach. She says, we then started the process of conversion. Finally, it was the summer that we were ready to convert, and we watched this show. And my daughter says to me, I don't understand. If this woman is leaving the religion, why do we want to join the religion? And I said to my daughter, and listen how wise she was before she was even Jewish. She said, the woman is giving you a skewed view of what this religion is. This religion is beautiful. It's the truth. It's the emet. It's the best way in the world to live. She's one person's opinion. You're not seeing the truth, and you're not seeing the reality. And she converted. And the mother's sitting here in my dining room, hysterical, crying, telling the story. She says, I could see the beauty from the outside. Do you understand what it means to be you? Do you understand the blessings that we have? Do you understand how great this life is? Stop looking. Stop comparing. Stop thinking that billboards or signs or buses or shows or trailers, those things is where the excitement is at. It's so not true. I had a woman in my house telling me, there's nothing more beautiful than the life we were gifted to live. Appreciate it.